The lives of celebrities are ones that audiences aspire to possess. All it takes, though, is one slip-up, and you could get yourself into serious legal trouble. This concept is known as defamation. Defamation is the communication of false information to a third party that is harmful to another's reputation. Defamation can be conveyed through libel and slander defamation. These types of false accusations can be career-damaging, and it was for Johnny Depp, who was labelled a wife-beater by the world due to a defamatory statement made by his ex-wife Amber Heard. This led to a high-profile defamation case watched by millions known as Depp vs. Heard. Today I want to analyse the case and answer the question, if Depp vs. Heard took place in Australia, what would the potential outcome be? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were two A-list actors who met as co-stars on the Rum Diaries film and were married from 2015 to 2017. Throughout 2022, these actors were at the centre of the public eye due to their high-profile libel defamation case in Fairfax County, Virginia. But what happened for this well-known case to occur? Well, in 2019, Johnny Depp had sued his ex-wife Amber Heard for an op-ed she had written in the Washington Post, claiming she was a public figure representing domestic abuse. While never mentioning Depp by name, Depp sued Heard for defamation as the article caused significant damage to his reputation and career, as he had lost major film roles, most notably Pirates of the Caribbean and the Fantastic Beasts franchise. This led to several allegations and countersuing from both parties before the trial had even taken place in April 11, 2022. After the 6-week-long trial, the jury reached a verdict in which Heard did defame Depp and was to pay $10.35 million in damages. According to Virginia legislation, the plaintiff has the burden of proof and must satisfy on the balance of probabilities the defamatory statement was shared to a third party, a false defamatory statement and not protected by legal defences, and that the defendant acted with negligence or actual malice. Even though the burden of proof is on the plaintiff, the defendant may justify their actions by proving that the words spoken or written were true. While there are similarities between Virginia and Australian law, such as the plaintiff having the burden of proof, there are differences in court proceedings. This is evident through factors such as filming of court practices, the role of juries, and max damages. Under Section 19.2-266 of the Code of Virginia, photographs and broadcasting are permitted under designated guidelines, but can be prohibited if the presiding judge deems it necessary or a certain court procedure is taking place. Whilst in Australia, Section 9 of the Court Security Act 2005 states a person must not use a recording device to record sound or images or both in court premises. But if a judge permits it, media outlets can record the final decision and sentencing. The use of such devices outside of these circumstances can result in potential criminal charges due to the fact it is considered a contempt in the face of the court. Under Article 1, Section 11 of the Constitution of Virginia, it states in suits between man and man, trial by jury is preferable to any other. However, while a trial by jury is favoured, a party can request to have a judge impanelled if it is deemed necessary based on their circumstances. In comparison, Australian defamation law states defamation trials are presided by a judge alone unless a party elects to have a jury impanelled under Section 21 of the Defamation Act 2005, or the court orders otherwise. Unlike Virginia, where there is no maximum payout for defamation cases, under Section 35 of the Defamation Act 2005, the maximum amount of damages for non-economic loss that may be awarded in defamation proceedings is $250,000, or any other amount adjusted, that is applicable at the time of damages are awarded. As of 2025, the Gazette published that the maximum damages will be $500,000. Due to these differences in defamation legislation between Virginia and Australia, if Depp vs. Heard were to take place in Australia, these factors would be one to potentially change the outcome of the trial and the damages awarded to both parties. In Australia, if a person believes they have been defamed, they must establish that the statement was published to a third party, it identifies the defamed person, and that the statement causes serious harm to them. When applying this framework to Depp vs. Heard, Depp would be capable of actioning a defamation lawsuit in Australia as, number 1, Heard's statement on her being a public figure representing domestic abuse was published as part of an op-ed for the Washington Post in 2018. Number 2, while Depp was not mentioned by name, the statement implied that Depp was an abuser to his ex-wife. And number 3, under Section 10A of the Defamation Act 2005, serious harm outlines the publication of defamatory matter about a person has caused or is likely to cause serious harm to the reputation of the person. Depp would be able to prove serious harm was caused to his reputation as he lost major movie roles because of the op-ed. Due to the fact that Depp would be capable of proving that he was defamed, Heard could only potentially defend her statement through the defamation defences such as truth, public interest, and honest opinion. In Depp versus Heard, the jury found in favour of Johnny Depp due to the belief that with the evidence presented, Heard's testimony was inconsistent and contradictory. An example of this is Heard's claim that Depp struck her at their apartment in LA back in May 2016, which led to bruising on her face. This statement was inconsistent with the information provided by bodyguards and LAPD footage, which proved Heard had no physical injuries after the alleged incident. There were several other inconsistencies in regards to the infamous defecation incident, the makeup palette debate, and Depp's severed finger. Due to these inconsistencies, it is likely a judge would have a hard time allowing the defense of truth. The defense of public interest and honest opinion would most likely not have been considered by a judge, as the op-ed written by Amber Heard did not claim to be a matter of opinion or in the public's best interest, but was designed as a statement of facts that claimed Heard was a public figure representing domestic abuse. Thus, by reviewing the evidence provided in context to Australian defamation law, it is evident that Heard would most likely not satisfy the requirements of the above defences and would therefore be found guilty of defaming Depp. However, would not have to pay as much in damages due to the maximum payouts for defamation in Australia. Ultimately, while there are similarities between Virginia and Australian law, there are also differing legislations that impact the outcome of cases such as Depp versus Heard. This case proves that understanding the laws surrounding defamation is highly important, as it is a serious and complex concept that can not only damage yours or someone else's reputation, but can get you into significant legal trouble if you do not use your words carefully.